So it's actually really cold out here, despite being Arizona and everything, and it's mid-December. You still gotta keep your car looking good. I mean, if you're a real car guy, you brave the weather. One tip I will say, honestly, is if you're washing it in the cold, rubber gloves. They may not do much, but I'm usually hugely against these things for working on your car because you can't actually feel what you're doing. They just tear anyway. Plus, who cares if your hands get a little dirty, honestly, if you're a real mechanic. But yeah, at least she's looking good and got her all cleaned up. Gonna put on some new ceramic, but I'm gonna have to pull it into the garage because it's kind of too cold out here to actually be putting on ceramic. We're supposed to have an operating temperature at least 40 degrees, and it's it's quickly dropping below that right now. But I wanted to talk to you guys about why I demodded Gypsy. I don't know if you've been staying with my channel for a while or you saw anything. You realize that I used to have it up at like, well, let's just say a lot more power than what it is right now. I think the highest I ever caught with my dash command, probably helps if I put my windshield wipers down. So my goal originally was 400 horsepower. Highest I ever caught with my dash command being 414. So I got pretty close to it. I think that was a fluke, honestly, because I was not able to replicate those results. That being said, the dash command hit 387, I want to say, reliably, over a several month period. So 387 is honestly what I feel it was comfortably making. However, now it's back to pretty much normal. I kept the K&N filters in the intake, so that's a little bit of a nice little bump. But other than that, just got the 3.5. This is the HR engine, so stock it makes a little over 300 horsepower, which is pretty cool. A lot of the DE guys, I don't think they realize that there's a difference in power between these later models and the earlier models. So they're basically, they'll say things like, you know, how you getting over 300? It's like, well, honestly, the car comes stock at like 306 or something like that, which is pretty crazy considering it's pretty lightweight. I want to say, so I got pretty close to hitting my goals with it. I want to say with the HKS high power exhaust, which by the way, I have it right here, and I was excited to see that it is a name brand, genuine HKS. I feel like back in the day, I got some people that would make some nasty remarks about the catback exhaust, but I would like to show you that those rumors are untrue. It was genuine exhaust. It wasn't fake. Let's see. I would never had a way to tell until I took it off the car. I don't know if you can even see on there. But basically, it's etched into the metal, the HKS high power. And now I have to put this back. That was a great idea. Anyway, basically, it's etched into the metal. I'll just put it down here for now and hope I don't hit it. Definitely keeping the exhaust for later. So I took the HKS exhaust off. Honestly, the car is hitting like 200,000 miles on it right now. And I've got emissions codes that I can't seem to clear up no matter what I change. I put new catalytic converters on, I put new O2 sensors on. Brand new exhaust was supposed to fix the emission codes. I went with a really nice one, Walker, but like not a performance exhaust, just a nice exhaust. Trying to get the resonator back in place, and it quieted it down a lot. It certainly sounds a lot less aggressive, but kind of in a good way because it's a little bit more tame and relaxed. But when it's at 200,000 miles, at this point, it is my car. I just graduated college, need it to be a little bit more reliable. So up at 387 horsepower out of a 3.5 naturally aspirated engine. That's pretty impressive. I think the power to weight ratio at the time was not too far off the first generation R35 and was definitely a lot more powerful than the R34 GTR. think the R34 was like 280 horsepower stock. So even at this point, it's still more powerful than the R34 GTR. Which was, you know, I don't think the R35 is a real Skyline anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, I mean, it still sounds good. The engine note's still there. It's a VQ engine, so it got aggressive engine note. Still revs to the atmosphere, but I just need to figure out kind of what's going on, if it's a computer error or if it's really something with the emissions. And having it modded for performance just wasn't really the move right now. I still got the parts, so once I probably have another car that I can daily, this one's gonna get set back up, back to try and reach the goal of 400 horsepower, naturally aspirated. It could be kind of a cool goal to actually achieve one day, but for now it's gonna be at the still very quick and powerful 300 and whatever horsepower stock that it's at, plus the K&N filters. Those things are great. I can't recommend those enough. Yeah, so I don't even have the dash command running right now, in all honesty. Disconnected dash command because I'm not really trying to record 0-60s or performance numbers or anything. Just been keeping it nice and clean and keeping up on the maintenance and everything. It's gonna need an engine rebuild. It's gonna need a transmission rebuild. I'm not a fool. I know that this engine is very old, and as much as I love it, if I'm actually gonna track this car, it's gonna need a lot of work to restore. But you know, I'm willing to put in the work. I just I can have fun with it at 300 right now, so that's kind of what the thought process was. I'd love to remount that dash command screen. If you notice, it's not mounted anymore, which is kind of not intentional. One of the mounts broke, so probably make a video fixing that, honestly. And then the brakes need to be upgraded. These brakes are, I haven't been doing a lot of Canyon carbon performance driving lately, because these brakes are kind of on their last leg. They're gonna need me to swap them out soon, which isn't a problem. I'll do that. Actually, I took them to AutoZone. They said or O'Reilly's, they said they're perfectly safe, but it wouldn't hurt to get new ones pretty soon coming up. That's always a lot of fun, and she's gonna need some work. I'm gonna put the lower fairing back on her and maybe get rid of this gold, because it's really terrible. I got a comment in the comment section saying it was really ugly, and honestly it really is. I don't mind that one so much in the back, but this pipe here is terrible, especially when it's like catching fire and smoking. And switched out for like maybe an acro exhaust would be cool, save a little weight. The cool thing about these 300s is that they don't make a ton of power, but they're super lightweight, so it doesn't even matter, because the power to weight is what you're really looking at there on anything. But yeah, Gypsy is, I still love her just as much, but just had to kind of tone down the performance mods for a little bit there. Don't worry, I'll be back one day. Anyway, I'm gonna get finished up. I cleaned up the engine bay a little bit. I'm gonna get finished up with the ceramic, because I think there's some car meets tomorrow I can go to, and basically take it from there. What else? Be nice to go to a car meet. Actually, haven't been in quite a while, so. If any of you have any ideas why the emissions codes would be throwing those P0401s, P0402s, that's a big thing that's holding me back from making more power, honestly. And that would be something that would be really fun to get sorted out. I think personally it's my electrical connectors. I don't think there's anything wrong with my emissions, because it's brand new cats, brand new O2 sensors. That, or I got some bad O2 sensors, I don't know. But at this point, I'm almost willing to drop $400 on new O2 sensors and then just redo the wiring connecting them, because I really want this thing to be running clean and then get started on making power again on it. But you know, I came very close to my goal. Pretty happy with where it was at. It's still a lot of fun at 300 something, and I can still make great content with it. So stay tuned. There's definitely gonna keep making videos. Honestly, having a lot of fun doing it. And I hope you guys are having a good December, and happy holidays to everybody.